guys. I'm Kinsley. I'm the community manager. FYI, I just want to say hello. And today we're going to be talking all about Loftia and all the game development, all the behind the scenes, all the fun stuff about Loftia. So I guess we'll just get started with one question that has piqued my interest, which is where does the name Loftia come from?
Great question. I'll let Mick answer this one since he was the creator of the name.
Yeah, I think go into a bit of history here. The very first name for the project was actually Walomvi. I don't know if we. I'll type it in the chat. It's an acronym for World of League of Minecraft Valley Scape. I don't know if sharing this was the best idea, but we've done it now. Anyway, that was from the very beginning, like a whole year and a half ago. Obviously, it was just a very temporary working name, and then we were like, "Hey, we will figure out a better name over time." Wololo sounds nice too. Age of Empires reference. Yeah, and then over a couple of months, we spent a bunch of time trying to figure out a name, and it took a while. To be completely honest, we did try to enlist the help of some random name generators online. That is not how we came up with Loftia, but they provided a little bit of inspiration, like in terms of wordplay and all of that. Eventually, just saw some suggestions that referenced the word loft, and then realized that adding IA onto the end of it made it sound like a place, and a really cozy, nice, befitting place at that. So
yeah. I think we ran through a lot of other options as well, and some of them are really cliche, like cloudscape, cloudland, like because our Lofty is going to be situated on like a floating island in the sky. So we were like, oh, what's something that's like sounds cute and cozy, but also had the context in mind. So yeah, it took a lot of time to come to Loftia, but yeah, we're happy with the name Loftia now.
Yeah, Cloud was actually a front runner for a little bit, and now it's the name of the studio. So
Cloud Games with a Q.
Mm-hmm. Well, I love the name Loftia. It's perfect. So what has been the most challenging thing about developing Loftia?
Do you want to go first on this one?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, there's been a lot of challenging things, I would say, and a lot of just random little things here and there as well. But yeah, overall, this whole journey has been obviously really fun, really exciting, and we've learned so much from it as well. But throughout this process, there's been ups and downs, just like any other project. But for me, I would say since development wise, our community is really involved and we're always asking for suggestions and everything. But one thing that has been really challenging is trying to prioritize what we should build in the game and what we should maybe leave out or save for later, because obviously we can't build everything in the game. We can't build all the mechanics that we want and that everyone wants. So trying to figure out what we should prioritize and trying to figure out what would actually make the game fun and what would actually work for the game is quite a challenging and hard process, because there's so many different ideas and everyone has suggested so many cool things we should add to the game, and hopefully eventually we can add most of these things in. But I think since we are trying to build out just even a simple version of the game first, is trying to just work out what we should prioritize and what's important for the game. But yeah, I think that's for me.
Yeah, my answer's similar for sure. Just generally, game dev is an incredibly multidisciplinary industry. Well, industry is not the best word, but type of project, ranging from managing the creation of not just 2D art, but 3D art, visual effects, programming, story writing, figuring out characters and NPCs and who they'll be. That's story writing, I guess. But on top of that, there are so many bits and pieces going on. It gets almost a little bit overwhelming at times. But I think with any really ambitious and slightly crazy project, that's how it's got to be. So yeah, just really managing the chaos of everything that's happening, and trying to deliver a game in a reasonable time frame.
Alrighty, I love those answers. Now, Mick, I heard you mention NPCs, and a lot of people have asked this, and so I want to give them an answer. So will our NPCs have voice actors, or will they just be text dialogue?
Very good question.
That is a very good question. We don't have a definitive answer for that just yet. At the current stage, we haven't thought too much about voice acting yet. That's mainly because there are many more fundamental aspects of the game design that we're working through at the moment. That is not to say we won't have it. It's more to say we will be considering it a little later on.
Yeah. I mean, as the other alternative is to like use those kind of gibberish, Simlish sounds, similar to like what Animal Crossing does. So that is also another option. But yeah, definitely thinking about it. And yeah, people who are watching us, let us know in the chat if you prefer voice actors or do you prefer just captions, or yeah, let us know.
Yeah. And yeah, also let us know how important it is to you as well. Feedback is, as always, highly valued.
Yeah, for sure. Love to hear what everybody thinks. So I know we just talked about Animal Crossing and Sims. So what separates Loftia among other cozy farming sims? Any unique features that makes Loftia stand out?
I think I'll go first. So I think for me, Loftia, at the fundamental stage, like Loftia is going to be an MMO game. So socialization and community is going to be a really big core theme mechanic in the game. So as opposed to like Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, and maybe socialization and the multiplayer aspect isn't as core to the game as it will be in Loftia. So as we're developing the game, everything orientates around how do we make sure that we're really bringing out that MMO and socialization aspect in the gameplay itself. So we're introducing a lot of like group content and ways you can like meet friends, make friends, hang out with your existing friends, and really feel like you're a part of the Loftian community. And yeah, we're building a lot of spaces that you can socialize with your friends. So yeah, a lot of exciting things coming out soon in that department, which hopefully we can reveal soon. So yeah, that's one big thing. And yeah, also sustainability. So obviously Loftia is a solar punk game, and we're really trying to bring out that solar punk genre into every aspect of the gameplay as well. We're really trying to do like as much research as we can into how we can actually embed themes of like sustainability, renewable energy, and all that into gameplay, which does take a lot more time in terms of like coming up with the game mechanics and figuring out how the game works and everything. But yeah, hopefully those things makes Loftia stand out and different from other games.
Yeah, really well said. I don't have too much more input there. Those are the main two things. The fact that Loftia is going to be in a multiplayer online persistent world, and the solar punk and sustainability aspects. That sums it up pretty well.
Yeah.
I love that answer. Since this is an MMO, do you have any plans to sustain the longevity of this game, like having events in game, season, community events, constant flow of content? What will that look like in Loftia?
Absolutely.
Yes. Very excited about that.
As for how what details we can reveal right now. This answer won't be super comprehensive, but we're definitely going to have things like seasonal events and continuous rolling content and updates. And in fact, one of the core gameplay mechanics of Loftia is going to be something that's uh, closely tied to all of that. I think it's still slightly too early for us to reveal too much about it. Apart from saying that it's a system that will really encourage everyone to work together towards a goal, and then so the players in the community in the server will be able to have a direct impact on how quickly they reach the goal. Obviously, depending on how much people contribute, and then upon reaching some of these goals, it will unlock more content and more story. So that's something that we're going to be doing. That's quite different to many other MMOs out there, where it's just like regular content patches every 3 to 6 months or something like that. Yeah, we want to improve on that model. But we will be sharing more about all of that. I know that description was a little bit vague, but we'll be sharing more quite soon. And by quite soon, I'm referring to our Kickstarter campaign, which we will be launching within the next 3 months, possibly earlier. Yeah, and a lot of information will be released as part of that event. So keep your eyes peeled.
That was a big leak. When our Kickstarter's launching. Oh my goodness. I know a lot of people have asked that, so people should be excited. I love this question. Where is your favorite place to hang out in the world of Loftia while playtesting?
Ooh, this might also reveal some of the game.
Don't reveal too much, Martina.
Yeah, well, I guess because no one, apart from our internal team, has really an idea of what the city looks like at the moment. But I can say that it is a very, very interesting landscape. So it is a kind of like a modern day city environment, but we've built it in a way so that it's going to be quite fun to explore and to go around, and hopefully the space doesn't feel too small. So we've built it in a way, you'll see soon, in a way that there's like a lot of different like areas to hang out with. There's like little crannies to explore and all that. So yeah, a lot of the city right now is still being built out. So a lot of like grey boxes everywhere at the moment that our 3D team is working really hard on to build and model out. So really excited to show you guys maybe a sneak peek of that really soon. But I would say for me, my favorite area would be kind of like in the center of the city. So I'm not going to reveal too much what's at the center of the city, but the center of the city is very cool and it looks really nice right now, and it's going to look even better in 1 or 2 months time. So yeah, it's like a really big area that hopefully will foster a lot of like socialization, and you can like run around and like meet all these cool people, and the space itself also feels very big and also cozy at the same time. We've built the city in a way that also feels cozy and hopefully doesn't feel like you're in this like concrete jungle. So yeah, we've also just incorporated a lot of like foliage and pretty flowers as well. So yeah, say the city of the center for me. Yeah.
Martina just stole my answer. Yeah, I think yeah, it's pretty much the same answer, and I'm not going to say any more because I think I may have leaked. I may have shared slightly more in my previous answer, or like at least earlier than we were going to share in this event today. Like we're probably going to talk about it a bit later, but anyway, yeah, same answer.
Everybody's saying leak more. Guys,
Well,
um,
it's not a
you
leak if it's coming from official sources. So
exactly. It's fine. Did you guys expect Loftia to get this popular?
Oh, no, not at all.
no
Like,
way.
this is just beyond our wildest dreams. Like, I think when we started Loftia, we had no expectations. I think we just wanted to build a game. We wanted to build something that was fun for us to play and for our friends to play and for people who enjoy cozy games in general. So, yeah, and then we just started documenting our process on social media. Obviously, we do want feedback from people who might enjoy our game as well, and really wanted to build a game for like a community that has like the same interests and enjoys the same things as us. So over time, that community just like grew bigger and bigger, and yeah, it's just amazing to see like how many people enjoy this cozy genre as well, and even more exciting to see really excited about sustainability and solar punk like we are. So it's just really crazy. And to be honest, like I can't like sometimes the numbers, like I can't even imagine that there's actually that many people who are interested in Loftia. Like we have like 10K people in our Discord now, and I can't even imagine what 10,000 people even looks like. So yeah, it's really crazy. But yeah, I mean, like we're really grateful that everyone's here. Yeah.
Yeah, just a big plus one to everything Martina said. We had no expectations when we started. We just wanted to create a really cool game. So a little bit more backstory here is uh, Martina and I, we during the pandemic, we were to do, and we found Stardew Valley, and I think probably many of us probably can relate to how much of an eye opener playing Stardew was. We hadn't really played that genre of game before, and yeah, we just thought how incredible would it be to create a version of this where there's an online world where you can play with any number of friends. Um, and yeah, our initial thoughts weren't too much more than that, but it's incredible to see again how many people have been interested, how much of how much support that all of you have given Loftia. So yeah, thank you so much, and we're just going to continue smashing it out and deliver on hopefully an incredibly fun and cozy multiplayer game.
Perfect. I love that. I know this question gets asked 24/7, so I'm gonna ask this question. Will we have pets in Loftia?
Yes, a big yes to pets. I think pets was one of the first things we were like, yes, we need pets in Loftia. And yeah, it's been something that we've been building on over time. And so one of the first pets that we have right now is a dog. So P Dog that we've revealed on our Instagram, I think last month. So P Dog is one of the first pets in Loftia, but we do have a few other pets that we're working on. We'll have all the basic pets like cat, dog, maybe like a bunny, and all that. And we are thinking of what other animals we should put in Loftia. That is still an ongoing process. And I mean, we love hearing from the community what kind of pets you guys want as well. So we're always keeping that in mind. But yeah, pets is something that we're still working on. So we're trying to figure out the little mechanics here and there.
Yeah, your players will also be able to put a little hat on their pets and maybe even more than that. But again, more on that
Stay tuned.
soon.
Stay tuned, everybody. You heard it here first. Will there be any lore in Loftia?
Yes. Yes, there will. It is. We can't share too much on that one. Currently, we have a lot of. We have a fair chunk of it reasonably now done. but it's still too early to share on that, and we don't want to run the risk of sharing too much about it, only to have to change it later on. But there will be law.
Yes. Will there be a lot of interactions between players?
Yeah, so as mentioned, since our game is an MMO, that we're focusing on. So how do players interact with each other? Why would they interact with each other? And how do they continue interacting with people they've already interacted with? Or how do they meet new people? So that side of game design is something that we're very heavily focused on right now, and we're trying to build that just into like even just the core basic game loop of Loftia. It is quite difficult though. We know that with MMOs these days, even though socialization is such a big aspect of MMOs, being able to really build genuine connections with people is still quite hard. And I would say that even though you meet someone online in a game, it's really hard to maybe actually like build a friendship with, like have a true connection. So those are some aspects that we're working on. We're trying to see if we can really bring back that cozy socialization aspect in MMOs. Really try and foster like a very wholesome community, and I think our Discord community itself has been a testament of how cozy and how wholesome, how lovely everyone that in as well. So yeah, it's going to be quite a difficult task to figure out, but getting there.
For sure. Speaking of community-wise, what were some challenges that we faced while building Loftia's amazing community?
Ooh.
Challenges while building the community. Ooh, interesting question. Is the microphone clear? Is there a thing? Can you hear me okay now without cutting out?
Yeah, let us know
I
if the mic
think
has
I
any
can.
problems. We'll sit a bit
Yeah, I
closer.
can hear you guys better now.
Right.
Okay, cool.
We'll lean a little more. What's I gonna say? Challenges for the community, growing the community. Yeah, I think Martina might have some interesting insight here, but because she spends a little bit more time in the community. I also obviously try to, but with a lot of things going on, it gets a bit difficult sometimes. But from the way that I see it, there haven't been too many major things that I'd call challenges. Like obviously the size of the community has grown larger and faster than we had ever expected. So I guess, but even then, there haven't been many incidences at all of things happening in the Discord or that we wouldn't want, because everyone who seems interested in Lofty has joined our community. So such warm-hearted, kind. So that's been really, really great to see.
Yeah, I agree to that. I think we have one of the best communities I've ever been a part of, and I really love that. I would say for me, as someone who has done a lot of like the marketing and community management and growth, I think over time, since we weren't expecting such a big community, it's been, I wouldn't say challenging, but it's been quite interesting to, I guess, just find different ways to engage with the community over time, and find different ways to make every member of a community feel heard and listened to, because we do value everyone's inputs. So, I mean, with like Instagram, we try and do as much like engagement things as we can, like doing polls on stories, us putting out reels that ask feedback and all that, and hopefully we can do more and more of that over time. I think sometimes we just have trouble balancing that with all the other game development stuff that we have going on, but we want to try and like push out a more consistent routine in terms of like posting updates and doing polls and doing all that outreach to get feedback. So yeah, something that we're working on, and we really value everyone's feedback as well. So if you guys think that there's a better way for us to engage with the community or better strategies for you to be heard and listened to in terms of like game design suggestions and all that, we're all ears. We have tried like a few different methods as well. I think a few months ago we like that suggestions board, and we tried to have that as like in a space for community members to put in ideas and all that. And I think it was a good idea in theory, but over time, because it's not, you know, like the first thing that people will go to when they have an idea, they would rather just like put a little suggestion on our Instagram or in the chat on Discord. Yeah, so that didn't work out quite as well, but we are trying to like test out more little ideas like that over time. So yeah.
Love it. Okay, so this is off topic, but I know people want to know. So, what are your top 2 favorite games?
Ooh. I'll let the Mick go first because he is a very big gamer, more than me. So
I think my answers are probably not going to be too surprising. And in a way, I think both of these games, or at least parts of these games, definitely have a really big impact on why we decided to create Loftia. But for me, it would be Stardew, obviously, and World of Warcraft for the MMO side. There will be many things that will be very different in Loftia compared to more, how would I call them, like traditional MMOs such as World of Warcraft and FF14. But I think, yeah, you can't really mention the word MMO without at least mentioning World of Warcraft or FF14. And there are definitely aspects of WoW and FF14 that are kind of staples in the MMO genre. Not all the aspects, but
yeah, I would
How about
say
you?
for me, probably Stardew as well. And obviously I do love Animal Crossing a lot as well. So those two are probably my favorite like cozy games. Yeah, like played Animal Crossing so much during the pandemic, like everyone else probably. Also I like playing mobile games a lot. So recently I've been playing like Mobile Legends a lot, which is like kind of like the mobile but like League of Legends almost. So yeah, like that has been something that I've really enjoyed. Yeah.
All right. Any thoughts on how large the maps might be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
So was that how large the maps would be?
How large might they be?
How large might they be?
I guess it's hard to, I mean, yeah, what's the metric of measurement here?
We're going to have as much content as we can possibly develop in the time that we have, and to that sense, the maps will be large. The city right now is pretty big, I would say.
Mhm.
With that being said, it with how we're currently thinking, the size of the world in Loftia, even though it already is quite large, and will continue to expand, like making it as big as possible isn't our number one goal. It's more to create content that will provide like more hours of fun. So yeah, I think that's what we'll say about that.
Yes, quality over quantity.
But
Um,
decent amount of quantity too,
yes, obviously, of course, of course.
of course.
Now, is there going to be a level system in Loftia?
Mm,
Can you
yeah.
level up?
Yeah, so progressions systems are something we're also working on at the moment because we feel that it is pretty important, just fundamentally as a game, to feel that sense of achievement and to feel like you're upskilling or mastering a certain skill. So we are going to incorporate that in the gameplay. I wouldn't say it's going to be a part of like everything that you do in Loftia. So, I mean, you don't have to participate in leveling up if you don't want to, and it's not going to exactly limit you from doing everything that you want to do in Loftia. But there will be progression systems and ways to level up in a skill that you want to level up in. Yeah. Do you agree?
Amazing. Yep. All right, talking about leveling up, we're going to talk about our Discord now, our amazing Discord. And the people want to know, tomatoes or watermelons?
I have to say tomatoes. I'm a true tomato stan until I die. So
But why? Why?
tomatoes are just so diverse, and you can have them as like
I'm on anything.
a sweet thing. You can have them as like a savory thing. They just go in everything. Team tomato.
That's true, actually.
Yeah, they're so diverse, and they're like easier to grow then.
Versatile. I'm on Team Watermelon. There's no good reason for it. Watermelons are cool.
Just to be different. Somebody has to be a watermelon fan.
Wait, what are you, Kingsley? Are you Team Tomato or watermelon?
I don't know.
Yeah, they just.
I don't know.
Let the people.
I have more tomatoes because they're cheaper. So
that's also valid.
I guess I'm tomato. I guess I'm tomato. Everybody.
We see a lot of tomatoes in the chat. Tomatoes in the chat.
Yes,
are there any
the chat
other
blew
watermelons
up
in the chat? There are no watermelons in the chat. I'm devastated. Come on, team.
Yeah. I don't see any watermelons. Oh, there's one watermelon. Okay. There we go. Just for Mick.
Oh.
More watermelons.
More watermelons.
Ah, thanks, Kavu. Actually, speaking of the chat and the Loftia bot, I saw, Kavu, that you had some feedback on the daily quests. Feel free to just drop your feedback right now here into the chat. Alternatively, you can also drop it into the suggestion channel on Discord as well. And touching upon the bot a little bit, it's there is more coming bot for sure. So keep your eyes peeled there as well.
All right. Oh, I actually love this question from chat. What kind of music do we plan to have in Loftia?
Love this question because we have been working very closely with our composer at the moment to come up with some key soundtracks for Loftia. So as a part of a Kickstarter, we will be releasing some songs. But those are still very much a work in progress. It's because prior to this, like we had no experience in terms of like music or like coming up with in itself has been quite a learning experience for us. Like how does making a soundtrack even work? So our composer Tomas, really, really helpful, and the work that he's produced has been great. So hopefully we can share that soon. We have something coming out very soon that will feature some music.
Even sooner than our starter.
Yeah. So I would say in general though, the genre of music, I plan to have hopefully a little bit of everything to suit the music tastes of everyone. I think because of the way that our city is laid out as well, we want like different music for like different areas. That would be really cool, and hopefully our music will capture the kind of emotions that we want players to feel when they're doing a certain action or interacting with a certain character within. Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Yay! I'm so excited. So, what has been the best part about creating and developing Loftia so far?
kind of cliched. We've already said it many times, but I think it's definitely the community. It's definitely all of you, and all the support that we've been getting. Like the reason we're creating the game in the first place is so that people like you will play it. So to be able to see that there is so much interest, yeah, I think that's the most rewarding part for sure for me.
Yeah, I would say the exact same thing. Probably just the support from the community, being a part of a community with people, yeah, share the same interests as us, enjoy the same games as us, and yeah, I think definitely the community aspect is the biggest out of this whole experience.
For sure. Hey, Martina, could you scoot up just a tiny bit?
Oh,
You're cutting out
sorry.
just a little bit. You're totally fine. Um, I've seen this question several times, but the people want to know, will there be fishing in game?
Ooh, fishing.
We cannot comment on this one just yet.
No comments.
So
No comment.
not a yes, but also not a no.
We love fishing though,
Yes.
games, so
It's up in the air.
we'll see.
Yeah, there's something about
Yes.
fishing systems in games that are awesome. Yep.
Yes. Is the game able to be played entirely as a free to play player?
We will be holding occasional events where there will be some giveaways for things like Steam keys. So in that way, it will be possible for a couple of lucky winners. After getting a bit deeper into development, we've unfortunately had to concede that to create a game of this scale requires a ton of resources, and so Loftia will unfortunately not be free to play for everyone. But obviously we still want to make it as accessible as possible for everyone.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
think when it comes in terms of monetization, it is something that we're putting a lot of thought and consideration into, because we do want to make the game at the same time accessible for as many people as possible. So yeah, I mean, it is something that we're going to probably ask the community their thoughts on as well. But we definitely won't have things like pay to win at the very least, or anything like that. But yeah, more details revealed soon.
Yes. Now, this was kind of already said a little bit by Mick, but are we close to revealing the platforms that Loftia will be on?
Initially, it'll be on PC. We are also looking at other platforms, so we're not ruling anything out at this point. But porting to other platforms takes time. So initial release PC, and we will release more information about other platforms as soon as we can. The only other thing I can say here right now is that we're eyeing the Switch, and we're looking at how it may be possible for us to bring Loftia to the Switch. It's something we really want to do. We can't promise it just yet, but we're gonna let everyone know as we've made a final decision there.
Yes. All right. The people are saying Steam keys, Steam. um, are we going to somehow incorporate tomato versus watermelons in the game?
That'll be really fun. Yeah, I think that would be amazing. We'll need some ideas on how we collaborate.
Yeah, I don't know about tomatoes versus well. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We're not ruling
Come
it out.
If
together as a
anyone has any
community.
cool ideas on how we can incorporate this, we will consider it.
Yeah. Maybe we can make it happen in a fun way.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Now, a lot of people have been asking Discord related questions, so we're going to move on to some Discord things. So, will we be able to fish with Loftia bot?
Ooh,
Fish with Loftia bot.
I think
mm,
that's a great idea.
that'd be really fun, actually.
That is a really good idea.
Mm.
We'll add it to the list.
We have a big list of Loftia bot
Thank you, whoever
ideas.
left that idea.
Yeah, if you guys have any like ideas that would be fun for the Loftia bot, let us know because yeah, we do have a list that we're planning to build out. So yeah,
there's
we'll prioritize what the community wants.
Yep. There's a big
Yes.
Loftia bot update coming up. So get your suggestions in because we haven't finalized what's going to be in that update just yet. So yeah, get your suggestions in while you.
Another league. No, I'm kidding. I saw this in chat as well, but could you tell us a little bit more about cloud token usage in the future?
Oh yes.
So cloud tokens are kind of rare kind of token to do with the Loftia bot. And obviously they've been around for a while. We handed out some part of the event, the Earth Day event recently, and they have a rare chance of being dropped from presents and rare presents. In terms of what they can be used for, we are working on some rewards that everyone will be able to redeem with cloud token. So also open to ideas there. If so, feel free to drop them in the Loftia bot or the suggestions channel. But yeah.
Yeah, and I think it'll be. I mean, the possibilities are kind of endless. I think it'll be maybe even in the future we could integrate Discord with the actual game somehow. Maybe we can earn tokens on Discord and then use them in the game as like a rare currency. So yeah, definitely a lot we can do. So yeah.
Yes. Okay, so somebody asked, what is the next crop we can plant? What are the requirements to unlock it?
Ooh, for the Loftia bot crop.
Yes.
Ooh.
People want more crops.
People want more crop.
There will be more crops. We haven't decided exactly which ones yet. It's a work in progress, but there will be more crops.
Maybe we'll do some kind of see which will be the next crop to unlock. We do have a lot of crops though, so could be any one of them.
I see a question from Tom Kovac in the chat asking about who is Loftia's composer, and that's some really great timing because I see that Tomas, our composer, has actually just joined the event in the audience right now. So yeah, maybe a little bit later, Tomas might also be interested in answering some questions. But that's totally up to Tomas. Let us know, Tomas, if you're down to have some stage time. But if not, that's cool.
Now, I have run out of questions from my big list. So, if anybody else has any burning questions you want to ask, pop them in chat and we will look at them and see.
Yeah, all right. Open question time.
Open question time.
Yes. Lots of people are typing. Lots of questions.
So questions.
If we're looking at other platforms, will Loftia implement cross-save play? Says Pixel Sean. Yes. It's definitely something we will be looking at. And there may be some technical challenges that we'll need to assess. But assuming that we are able to cross those without reducing the quality of play for any particular platform, then it's something that we'll do.
I love this question. Will you be self-inserting the dev team as NPCs in the game?
I actually haven't thought about that yet, but I mean, I guess that would be cool. I don't know what kind of roles we'll have there as NPCs. Maybe we can, I don't know, we'll just be like a random
That would be
NPC walking
hilarious.
around. You just have to find us.
Yeah, just see Martina and Mick walking around.
Yeah.
Is there going to be an auction house with items to sell amongst?
Oh, good question.
That's a really interesting one. I don't know. We can't give any specifics or promise anything at this stage. Again, I know we're saying that a lot, but yeah, it's definitely something we're going to think about. The thing about auction houses is that it is one of those systems in a lot of modern day MMOs that makes things a little bit less personal, because and makes it so that you can just really easily play an MMO without ever really interacting with other people. So that's also a consideration that we have. I'm not saying that we won't have an auction house because of that reason. It's just one of the things that we're thinking about when we do make these kinds of decisions. Some other thing, but with that being said, there will be some kind of system in place that will facilitate a market, some kind of market or economy in Loftia for sure. We're just uncertain if it will be an auction house yet.
Yeah.
Will there be an evil character in Loftia Island?
Maybe. So we are still building a few NPCs out. We already have a few other NPCs that we're working on, so we'll do some more NPC reveals soon. But I think overall we do want to make our NPCs as diverse and as interesting as possible. And I would say that we probably won't make them all kind of like the same kind of like personality type or have the same interests. So we want to try and like include some interesting, funny, and maybe I wouldn't say maybe not evil, but just people, NPCs with like all different types of like personalities and all that. So I think that would create quite an interesting. It would help like the lore of the Loftia as well. So more to come on that. But yes, a lot of interesting NPCs, definitely.
Will you guys be open to having and look for bugs? Or would that be depending on players from the alpha ultra luminary? Yeah, both. We will have members on the team doing QA for sure, and testing and looking for bugs, providing feedback on the game is the main reason that we're doing alpha tests. So, yep, yes to both. Do you guys plan on providing a game demo soon? I think that relates to the alpha testing that we just mentioned. We don't have a set date for testing. Although, yeah, the team is working really, really hard to bring it to you guys.
Will you guys add a proximity chat?
Meaning proximity voice chat? It's something that we have prototyped, and I think whether or not we have it is going to be more of a decision based on game design, in terms of will it enhance the player experience if we do have. So it's very possible that we will have it, but can't give a 100%.
Yeah. Is there going to be a newspaper? That would be cool. I'm going to assume there's like a newspaper in the game, kind of like a newsletter system. I think that would be really cool. I used to be obsessed with Club Penguin as a kid, and I remember that they had monthly. I don't know. I can't remember the time, but it was like fortnightly or monthly.
It was
like
weekly.
weekly, like newspapers.
Weekly updates.
Yeah, and I love those because you can see like what kind of updates were made to the game and what events were coming up, and you can so I think that'd be really cool, especially as an MMO game. So yeah.
Ooh, somebody asked, will there be a build mode in Loftia? It'd be cute and fun to chill and decorate our space.
I would say for now, the build mode, so we do have a lot of customization mechanics that we're working on right now. So you'll be able to customize your home, so your interior living space, and that would, right now it does work like any other game, I would say. So you can like pick your furniture, move the furniture around, overall decorate the floor space, the wall space, change the wallpapers and all that. And then for maybe like more complex builds, building mechanics, something that we're still thinking about. Yeah, but I mean, we're open to suggestions as well, like how complex you want the crafting or building system to be.
There's lots of questions about how will we choose who gets to alpha test.
We can't release too many details about that just yet, aside from as long as you are an active member here in the Discord and/or if you've signed up for the mailing list on the website at Loftia.gg, then that'll be the best chance to be selected as part of alpha testing. We will start off with smaller groups of people, and as development progresses further and further, then the testing will be opened up to more and more people at each subsequent phase.
Yeah. Yeah, and definitely more information will be during our Kickstarter campaign on that as well. Yeah. Will there be multiplayer mini games? Yeah, so I mean, like mini games within MMOs are fun. Definitely want to try and have at least a few mini games, multiplayer mini games, and maybe player mini games here and there. Yeah, I think that will just really depend on how much funding we receive from the Kickstarter and scope of our game, and if we have the capacity to build those within the game. But yeah, hopefully. Oh, is there going to be a vintage thrift shop? Yeah, so the way that we're still working on the whole clothing system as well. I don't know if it'll be a leak to say this, but a thrift shop is definitely something that we are considering in terms of buying clothes and getting attaining clothes. So yeah, I think it will tie into our solar punk sustainability agenda quite well. Yeah. Cool. I think we will maybe answer one or two more questions and then we'll wrap it up since it's been an hour already, which went by really quickly.
So quickly.
Yeah.
Flew by.
Yes. We plan on doing many more of these Q&As, so don't worry, guys.
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys have any burning questions you want us to answer, then feel free to pop them in our questions channel as well. And yeah, we'll answer them as well. Would you like to pick one more question, Rick?
Yeah, okay, sure. Or Kinsley.
There's
if
so
you-
many good
if
questions.
you've
I
got
see
any.
Kinsley. Two more
I
questions.
pick me. Oh no.
Tamar says that in the future he may join one of these Q&As as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, hopefully going forward we'll have more Q&As with different members of the team as well. We could do like an art Q&A with our artists, engineering specific ones. So yeah, definitely more to come.
Yes.
You ready to host many more of these, Kinsley?
You know it. You know it. Be prepared, guys. It'll be a party.
But I'm telling you guys, please use the new thread I'm going to make for questions because I have to keep track of the questions for the documents.
Making it a new thread. Okay.
Yes, I will make a new thread.
Thank you, Cal.
Thanks, Cal.
Thanks, Kat.
I'm trying to pick a perfect question.
They're all really good questions.
I
But
know.
Boki asks, what's been your favorite parts to work on lately? Designing outfits, pets?
Yeah, good question. For me, I would say designing outfits has been something that I really loved because personally, I love fashion, I love clothes, and yeah, when I play like games, cozy games, I would say like character customization is one of my favorite parts of the game. I just love decorating and I love like little outfits for my character, and I'm like changing my outfit like every like 5 minutes in some of the games I play, like Animal Crossing. I literally can't decide on like what style I want my character to be. So yeah, I think designing outfits is fun for me, and also designing like what kind of furniture you'll have in the game. So anything customization related, I really.
For me, I come from a software slash tech background, so bringing things to life by writing the code that makes it happen is probably my favorite part. We have a couple of other engineers as well, and they've made some awesome prototypes and progress lately on different systems with the game. And I personally have not been haven't had too much time to write as much code as I would like. But yeah, just generally implementing gameplay systems is probably my part.
Yeah.
Is there going to be an art museum? This might be the last question, by the way, since we're running low on time. But yeah, all the questions that are remaining, we'll try and get around to them.
Art museum.
Art museum.
That's actually one of the ideas that we had. Like being able to, I guess, post some of the fan art from our community into this public art museum would be like amazing. And I really hope we can include that into the game eventually. I think it'll be like a really cool way to like interact with others, like showcase the talent of everyone in our community, because even with our like showcase channel and Discord, like there's so many talented artists within our Loftian community. So it'd be really cool to be able to showcase that in our game as well and give a platform for all the artists within our game to showcase the amazing work they're good at. So yeah, hopefully. This also extends to other mediums as well. We thought of like maybe having some kind of music record store where people can upload their Loftian inspired tracks or little snippets here and there. So yeah, definitely there's a lot of cool ideas, but yeah, again, the challenge is try and figure out what we should prioritize. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we definitely want to a lot of these things, a lot of these ideas that you'll have. Like there are many original ones. There also are quite a few we have already as well. Yeah, it's always a bit of a struggle to figure out what are the things that are the most important and what are the things that actually will be able to fit into the game. So some of these features will well obviously when the game launches it'll be a complete game with a lot of these features but over the course of the lifetime of Loftia, even after releases, obviously will be continual updates. So we'll yeah just introduce even more features over time as well after release.
Yeah. Cool. I guess that wraps up all of the questions. And yeah, as Mick mentioned, there will be a mission channel. So yeah, we'll continue answering more questions.
Yeah, thanks so much everyone for coming along and hearing us talk about Loftia and asking all of your questions and always being so involved in the community. Like we really mean it when we say that. We so
Sure.
from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks everyone for tuning in. This was our first Q&A session, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Not gonna lie, I was a bit nervous into this
just
because
a little bit.
I've never like talked to like an audience before, especially online. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little Q&A, and we'll definitely have more coming out soon. So
Yeah.
oh, and also that is some
for
very nice
sure.
kimchi.
Looks great, Ultra Luminary.
Look at there.
I'm gonna crave that all day now. So drop the
There's
recipe.
one more thing.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
we'll
wanted
put
to
up
just update on the.
Sorry, you go, Cal.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I will say for the submission channel, I'm going to put a pin on that until we can figure out who's going to be the guest, so that I can announce it when there is actually if we're doing it with you guys again, or if there's going to be another person involved. So I would encourage you guys to write your questions you have now that haven't been answered somewhere you guys will remember it and keep it safe, and then you guys put it in that submission channel when we post it.
Yeah, awesome.
Amazing.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, I think we will wrap it up here then. Thanks for hosting, Kinsley.
Of course.
Thanks to you as well, Cal. And yeah, again, thanks to all.
Yeah.
Talk to you all soon.
To everyone soon. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Everyone has a good
Bye,
day.
guys. Bye.